Well, Robert Earl Dean, we got a good interview
Yes,
today.
we do.
Brother, let's tell me, who do we have with us?
We are so honored to have another wonderful ministry and artist from that Rev Nation crew. Something about Dr. Denise Tishner Davis and that Rev Nation crew. They come with us with some anointed, powerful, inspiring music and presentations, and this is nobody short of that. This is the one and only Mr. Claude Deuce. Welcome to the Wake Up Morning Show with Dr. LT and Robert Earl Dean.
Thank you all. I'm so glad to be on.
Well, brother, we're going to start off. I got a couple of beefs with
No,
you.
you got a beef
And,
early
yeah,
already?
I got a beef with them
I
already.
thought you got saved last night. You and your beefs.
I've been saved, for many years.
Yeah, but you and your beefs.
But I gotta get at the brother real quick.
I already know I know what the beef is.
Okay, so first of all, I want you to dispel the rumor about your beard.
I knew it.
Is the beard real or is it a lace front?
Oh, my beard is real.
Okay.
Right.
And then did you dye that right there, or is that just naturally streaked like that?
It's natural. It's
Right.
genetics.
Okay. Because for all of us brothers that cannot
That you
grow
couldn't do it.
We just want to find, because they've been perpetrating out there, and I found out they got lace front beards
Right.
now. So I got to check folks right away.
Right.
To make sure that that's the real thing.
And you supposed to ask, was it post-COVID or was it
Okay.
COVID?
Go ahead and ask the question.
Is that from COVID or is that post-COVID?
No, this is pre-COVID. I had this before COVID.
Okay.
See, so now all your beefs
No.
is
See,
done.
I wasn't going to ask that question because I looked at when he said it wasn't a lace front. I said, "Oh, that's been going for a minute now."
Right.
That's a structured beard.
Right.
You see how he got the waves going
That's
on
a
it?
sanctified beard.
Yeah.
It looks safe.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, Claude Deuce. Is that your stage name, or is that
Your
your
government.
government name?
That's a stage name.
Okay. All right. So tell me how you came up with Claude Deuce.
When I first started out in music, I think my first album I released just my government name, Claude Heritage, right? I was 19. I was like, man, it just doesn't have a ring to it. So my next one, I called myself Claude Harris 2, because I'm the second.
Right.
And it was cooler, but it still just wasn't sticking. So I was like, you know what, Deuce means a second. So I was like, Claude Deuce.
And that is good. That's good because it caught my attention. I was going to ask you about the last name, so it served its purpose.
Yeah, he had an evolution of his name.
Yeah.
He started off with the government name.
Yeah.
Then he added a little bit more to it.
Yeah.
And then he was like, okay, I'm the second. So my question is, if you're the second, I'm the third. Do you have a third?
Nope, don't have a third yet.
Man, so this, I'm gonna encourage you, brother. I'm the third, and I was praying, Lord, can I get a fourth? And the Lord said no. So
Because God didn't want no more George Foreman. No more George Foreman.
No. George named all his kids
No
George.
more.
George 1, 2, 3, and
Right.
He said everybody gonna get a benefit from this name. What's your
Right.
name, George? So Claude, let's just talk about how was it growing up as a second or a junior?
It was pretty cool. My dad was born and raised here in Augusta, Georgia, and so a lot of people, matter of fact, just tagged me, with him. I got the name. They were like, "Oh, your dad, Claude Harris. Oh yeah, Pastor Claude. Yeah. His dad, Chris, used to own the mechanics. Yeah, I remember. I know your people.
Mm-hmm.
So it benefited, and thank God they had a good name. That went with me. And so I just, I want to make them proud, and keep it going.
Okay, so I gotta ask this question, because when you tell me where you're from, I get nervous. I get nervous because when I went to back in the day when I went to Atlanta, I was young. I was in my 20s, and so I was in the heart of Atlanta, just enjoying all the festivities and everything. But as I got older, I ventured out of the city. And I went to visit a friend, and they said, "Oh, stay the night." And I looked out the window, and all I saw was trees and forest for days.
And he thought about Mississippi burning.
And I thought about Mississippi burning.
Lord Jesus.
Lost in the woods, trapped in the woods. They chasing me in the woods. So tell me, growing up, did you play in the woods, or did you stay in on the street side?
I say what the streets are. I grew up in the suburbs. Like Augusta, they call it big country because
Uh-huh.
it's, it's like, it's not Atlanta,
Uh-huh.
but it's not a full blown country town, country city. Now we do have those parts that you're talking about. Where I live now, I live very close to that kind of, feel. That
Mhm.
that kind, makes you want to just say, you know what, I'm not going to drive through here. I'm gonna
Right.
just go this way where it's more lit.
Right.
Yeah, cause see that be I look in the woods. I be like something moving over there, something moving over there, and before you know it, I'm like saying y'all give me some weapons, cause if they come out and I see the living dead, I'm gonna pick them off. You know what I'm saying? But I
So
laugh about
we got to
that
pray for
because
him.
in everybody has different things in their city or in their state that kind of gives them their signature. So tell me this: growing up in the area that you growing up, what is the signature of your city? Now, if you come to San Diego, it's going to be taco shops.
Um, well, I mean, in general, people just associate Augusta with two things:
Hmm.
James Brown
Uh huh.
and the Masters golf tournament.
Okay. Okay.
Those are the two things. So I'm synonymous with Augusta.
Boy, y'all got the
They got some.
Augusta what's it called, Augusta National, the golf
Mm-hmm.
tournament,
That's it.
and
Uh-huh.
James Brown. Now,
James
now,
Brown. That's two things.
did you
Yeah.
ever meet James Brown?
Actually did meet James Brown once. I
Okay.
did. Coming out, I was walking into a studio. He was coming out. My sister was doing background for his wife. His wife was doing an album. My
Yeah.
sister was doing background. And I was just kind of coming to get in the mix because she had texted me and told me that he was there.
Yeah.
So I was trying to meet him. So I came and he was on his way out. And the studio owner introduced us. And
Uh-huh.
I shook his hand and he was real cool. He was definitely on his way out. So it was very brief. But that was my meeting with Mr.
Did you
Brown.
understand what he said?
I actually did. I actually did.
So you come from a musical family. Did you grow
I
up
did.
singing in the church, or were you one of the
Yeah.
late bloomers?
No, I definitely grew up singing in church. My parents have been pastors since 1982. They started the church in the home, and I was told, because I don't remember, I sang the first solo at 2 years old. So, and it was, I know the Lord will fix it for you. I don't know how I knew that for myself, but I think I just heard them singing a lot, and that's what I sang. So, yeah, I've been doing it all my life practically.
Right. So when did you know that this is like my calling? This is something that I should pursue, because you have people that are just singers in their local church, and then you have those
Mhm.
that pursue to go worldwide and international.
I was a little different. I didn't per se want to be an artist. I was more interested in the behind the scenes of music making, like songwriting and production. And what did that for me? I remember when John P. Key released Colorblind, an
Yes.
album called Colorblind. I was
Yes.
reading the credits and I saw that he was on all the instruments. And I was asking my dad, how did he do that? And so I began to learn about production and stacking and programming.
Hmm.
And that was around when I was about 14, 15.
Wow.
So that's what kind of kicked it off for me. And then too, I understood that in order to get your songs played, sometimes you got to sing them yourself.
Yes.
So I started doing my own albums.
So let me ask you this question, because the program director done got up early, and she putting a lot of stuff in the feed right now. She says, "Wow, Claude Deuce got a collab with Pure
Pure
in
in
Heart
heart.
called Say It. I still
She
I
still
steal
plays it.
that all the time. I guess she plays that all the time. Produced by Gerald Jones, which is actually her cousin."
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so she was like
Oh,
saying this,
well.
and then I got my feelings because she said he's got a real nice sultry voice and singing style. I'm like, wait a minute, what you know about that sultry voice?
Right, because
So
that's your wife.
so tell me, bruh, about your style and how you came about to finding your niche.
My mom definitely is a huge influence. I love her voice.
Hmm.
And then the music she would play around the house and in the car when we
Hmm.
were, me and my sister, growing up, like the Winans, Pace sisters, Clark sisters. She'd even play blues, Bobby Blue Bland,
Oh yes.
B.B. King,
Hmm.
different sounds like that. Of course, I grew up on some Motown stuff, Jackson 5,
Hmm.
but I credit my mom with that influence, and then my voice. I really took to Marvin Winans. I love Bishop Marvin
Me too.
Winans, and there's so many I could name. John P. Key, Joe, the R&B singer.
Yes.
So I just kind of grabbed a little bit from all those and tried to find my own thing, and hopefully I did.
Well, I think it's amazing because everybody you mentioned are all church oriented people, from Joe to the Tanks to
Yeah.
anybody in this industry that you feel and hear a certain touch, because God
Mhm.
anoints who He wants to, and everybody that's anointed are not just gospel singers. So I want people to hear that all over the world. Everybody that's anointed are not all gospel singers. If they come, they have some kind of church affiliation or background.
That's right.
So tell me this. Now you're in the industry for some years. What are the things, if you were to tell an up and coming artist, give that artist some advice? They sitting at your feet wanting to glean from you. What advice would you give them?
To never forget what made you want to do music in the first place, and always learn about the business. Always learn about the business of music, and make sure you're taking care of that business, because the creation of music, performing music, that's fun. But you want to know the business as well, or it won't go well for you.
Okay, and so this is not a beef. This is just an acknowledgement. We're just gonna ask you to stop bragging about your money. So explain to me the T-shirt millions, billions, trillions that you have on right now.
He's being prophetic.
Tell me, where we at in that. Because I know that you're rolling, but are you at the billion mark yet or the trillion? Where we at?
We're getting close. We're
Okay.
getting close. But no, this shirt is actually a brother of mine, Travis Malloy, another artist,
Yes, I
Travis
know Travis.
Malloy. He this is his line. This is
Uh-huh.
his shirt line, and basically it's just a declaration. That's your expectations are set that high.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's what you aspire to, millions, billions, and trillions. And so it's a movement. He's got a lot of different people wearing it, and I love it. And I said, hey, I just want to make a statement.
Well, and see now, I want to say that he's supporting another artist
Come on,
and the vision that God gave
come
him,
on.
and it's so important that we learn how to collaborate together. We can do so much more
Hmm.
when we celebrate versus hating on each other.
Hmm.
So let's just talk about some of the people that you work with and some of the people you would love to collaborate with now.
My very first placement, national placement, was with Dietrich Haddon.
Hmm.
It was on his album. The song is called "The Word."
Hmm.
Back in like 2008, and I worked with Shirley Murdoch. I worked with Denise Tishner. I've worked with producers, Kevin Bond, Cedric Thompson,
Wow.
um, Tone. Worked with Tone when he was Tone.
San Diego's own.
San Diego's own. That's right, 619.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, and so there's a lot of people I would love to work with. I'd love to work with Jonathan McReynolds, Travis Green, Molly Music. I actually wrote a song with Molly because Molly's from Savannah.
Right,
Molly's from Savannah,
right.
Georgia. He's living in Cali now, but
Hmm.
yeah, he's from Savannah. We did a song. I don't know if he's ever going to put it out or we're going to place it for somebody else, but we have a mutual friend who's a producer here in my hometown,
Hmm.
and one night we all just met up at his studio and we were working on a song, and I hope it sees the light of day. But yeah, Tamala Man, you name it. Speaking of you name it, Shirley Caesar. I'd work with Shirley Caesar.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that we just meet, but I didn't hear my name called
Well,
in
praise
there. But
God.
I guess that was prophetic. That
Yes, yes.
because see,
He's
I,
in the
I
spirit
literally, I literally have an anointing on my shh
on the
that will change your life. It will literally light up an album.
right.
When you get up there and you be like introducing Claude Deuce, I'm like shh. Everybody be like, oh wait, Claude Deuce is coming on. It's amazing, man. Well,
Right.
I'll talk to you. Your people call my people. We'll get it together. Robert Earl.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
If I gave you, let's say, $3 million, and the people could be dead or alive, who would be Claude Deuce presents?
Like who would I work with?
Yes,
Who
they,
would you
they
put
could be
on that
dead or alive.
stage?
I want them to do an album. So who would you have on your album, dead or alive? Because three million can go a long way with an album.
And you can only have 12 songs on the album.
He can have as many as he wants.
No, we limit him to 12 because he got $3 million.
Hmm. Wow.
Things that make you go, hmm.
Is this producers I could work with,
No,
singers I could
Artists,
feature?
dead or
anybody
artists,
you
dead or
want.
alive, anybody you want. This is Claude Deuce presents.
Man, I'd have to work with some greats. You know what I'm saying? Like from a songwriting aspect, you know, Smokey, gotta get Smokey on there, man.
Okay, that's one.
Which one, Smokey Robinson or
Burt
Smokey
Bacharach.
Norfolk?
Robinson.
Yes, sir.
Burt Bacharach. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
two.
My God.
Then I mean, I would love to get like Patti LaBelle.
That's
Yes.
three.
Aretha Franklin.
That's
you said
four.
Dead or Alive. Man, Beyonce. Let's get Beyonce.
That's five.
Man, Luther Vandross.
That's
That's six. You halfway there.
Let's get Tamala Band.
Tamron Band
Tasha
seven.
Cobbs.
That's eight.
Molly Music.
Nine.
Jonathan McReynolds.
10.
10.
Got two more.
I'm pretty sure I'm over budget. Let's see. Gladys Knight.
Okay,
Gladys
there's 11.
And to round it all off, Timbaland. Gotta get Timbaland.
Timbaland. Okay.
Okay. And he's a church boy.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Church of God in Christ.
Church of God of Christ. That's us.
Yeah.
Kojic. Yes, we put out the best of the best.
Well, you know, one of the funny things about it is we ask this question to so many people,
Yes.
and it trips them up when we say dead or alive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, some of us church folks, you know, we hop on and say we want Michael and Prince.
Yes.
Got to have Michael and Prince. You got to jump into Whitney Houston.
I want Natalie Cole.
You know, he want Natalie Cole. But the fun thing about it is that, you know, being able to produce or
Yes.
put something together with unlimited budget.
Yes.
And that's the thing, because our God is really an unlimited God.
Yes, he is.
And I watch how, you know, people are coming up in the industry and how people are gravitating. Everybody has something that catches their attention.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, what is your hook that has pulled so many people into your ministry? See, mine's
Not
just a
compromising.
Okay.
Mine's
just a shh.
I think it's just the ability to take the word of God and present it in a urban gospel way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not compromising the lyrics, not compromising the word, but putting it with a particular sound that people have heard before, but maybe not with those words. And there's so many artists that do that. You know, yeah.
So let me ask you this question. Now, as you know, I don't know your age range, but in my age range, you know, when we used to have beef, you know, you might have a little fight here, there, beef up, but the next day you went on and, you know, life went on. What is the message you're telling the young men today? Because the atmosphere of our nation is changing.
Know who you are. Always know who you are, and know whose you are.
Yes.
If you got that down pat, you're gonna make it through any time. You know,
That's true.
perilous times, good times. You know, you're gonna make it through those times. You got to know who you are, know whose you are, because there's so many things happening in our world that could make you come out of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
They could lose your cool. They could just make you give up. They could just make you, you know, make one decision that could just ruin your life.
Change
So
your world.
as long as you know who you are and you know who you belong to, that'll keep you through any kind of time.
Amen.
I agree.
Yep.
Well, we appreciate you for this wonderful interview. You're laid back, but you're full
I
of
appreciate
knowledge,
y'all.
man. You're full of knowledge.
Well, I'm just going to say this to you because obviously our program director been rocking you already.
Right.
And she done jumped on and gave a lot of information. We want to let you know that we are your station. Every time you drop something, we want to let you know that we want to rock it here on GOD Radio 1.
Because we're BDS. We're BDS reporting station.
Yeah,
Hallelujah.
and heard in over 21 countries.
Yes.
And Denise Tishner is family. You know, she has a show on the network, and we always want to support great artists and great vision. I know personally when we connect, I'm gonna have you hype. You lay back right now, but I'm trying to tell you, when we get together, you gonna laugh so hard that the next time you get together, you gonna come on the stage. What up?
Right. Come on down. Come to San Diego, California.
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of different things for
Yes.
independent artists as well as the national artists here in San Diego. I got some big announcements that you guys are all going to want to be a part of. Robert Earl Dean and our IGAM movement, independent
gospel artists, music matters.
There's going to be a conference, several things that will come up. So please stay tuned. Connect with us. Download the app and make sure that your people download it, because we're going to be rocking you every day, just pushing your music out there. Any final words you'd like to tell to the people?
I just want to say thanks again for you all having me on this morning, and just let the people of God know that, hey, we made it. We survived. We're going through this thing, you know, pandemic, epidemic in some places, but we are still here. So that means there's more for us to do.
Come on.
So let's just go ahead, finish this year strong, and thank God for the new year that's coming, and we're going to be all right.
Okay, so we got queued up I Believe in God. Can you tell people how they can find you, connect with you, and then introduce a song, and we're going to rock it?
I'm pretty much Claude Deuce on all social media. At CLAUDEUCE. I'm working on the website. It's not up right now, but we're using social media. My Instagram handles at Claude Deuce. So you go there, click the link in my bio, and that'll take you everywhere you need to go.
All right, introduce the song, my friend.
This is I Believe God. Definitely had the pleasure of working with Gerald Jones on this. And hey, as long as you believe in God, you're going to be all right. He's got your back.
All right, this is our brother all the way from Georgia. This is Claude Deuce, I Believe God, right here on GOD Radio 1.com.